Hello friends, hi, I'm Ashley. Welcome to Joyful Noise Learning. Here I love to encourage moms who are easily distracted and feel scattered. Also help moms who are Charlotte Mason inspired, just like I am. And I'm also a little eclectic. We kind of use all the things, but I'm always coming back to Charlotte Mason inspired principles and love sharing that here on my YouTube channel. And by the way, I have 3 kids, in case you didn't know, 3 kiddos, and we've been homeschooling since 2013. So in this video, I'm so delighted to share with you the curriculum picks I have for my oldest child. She's going to be 8th grade this coming year. She's 13 now, she'll turn 14 in the fall, and she will be Form 3, continuing Form 3 with Charlotte Mason Forms. So we'll talk more about that as we get into it. I love sharing what we're picking for this coming year, and this year was actually fairly easy. It kind of like came together just like, oh, she's gonna do this, and she's gonna do this, you know, it just fit together like a nice little puzzle, mainly because we know her strengths, we know her weaknesses, and I'm always trying to work within those and fit the things that I think will fit her for this coming school year. So if you've got an upcoming 8th grader or 13-year-old or Form 2 Charlotte Mason kiddo, let's check it out, and I'm happy to share with you. The thing that I really want to get back to with my oldest daughter is reading more books. And to me that sounds ridiculous because we're like, oh, we're living books based, right? Well, we kind of got off on that, and she had a lot of load on her plate last year with some curriculum, and it really took away time from just reading good books. So everything I've picked this year has lots of good books in it, and we're gonna make sure that she has time in her daily routine to be able to focus on reading those books. And she likes reading, and she does that fine, but we kind of got away from it this last year, and you know, yeah, we're just gonna work on that. We're gonna get better at it. So first off, I'm super excited as a family, and for all of my kiddos, we're going back to A Gentle Feast. We're gonna use cycle 2 from A Gentle Feast, Wars, Wigs, and Washington. And I love how she talks about in Charlotte Mason style, you're supposed to focus on your country's history because you go along with where your child is and where you're growing up at. And her cycles follow a US history based cycle. The only thing is we have world history kind of mixed in between all of that. So we're going to be doing A Gentle Feast, cycle 2, and it picks up where we left off with history this last year. And it is kind of history based, but there's literature, there's reading. I got the language arts packet to help assist us with dictation and copy work and narrations and keeping track of that, because I really need help keeping track of that. I can get off of that really easily. But we've got that we're gonna follow. We've got George Washington's World, which I'm excited about. That's for part of the year. And I love these Genevieve Foster books. She read the Augustus Caesar's World this last year, and now she's gonna go to George Washington's World. And it's going to kind of go over a little bit, not just George Washington and his people and what was around him, but it does go around to other countries and share, okay, what was going on in these countries during that time. So yeah, it says they're going to go over the exciting story of people, events, and ideas from 1732 to 1799. So I guess it's kind of a short time period. She'll also do the world of William Penn, I believe, and a few other books that go along with that. So in addition to that, for history, she is going to do a little bit for ancient history. For ancient history, she's going to do the Book of Ancient Greeks, and it's a classical book, but we're going to go in with that. So, okay, yeah, I'm super excited. She's also going to read about she's going to read Ourselves for Citizenship, which is actually a Charlotte Mason volume. And I was like, oh, that's brilliant. Maybe I'll read it along with her. I think I've read part of that one and never finished it, but we're going to read that one together. So, yeah. In addition to that, I looked for another resource for history. I looked at the book list from A Gentle Feast for cycle 2, and I didn't love some of the choices. So in the book list for A Gentle Feast, there was a book about the signers of the Declaration of Independence. So I looked at that book and I thought, well, that's okay. But I did find one on Master Books that's called For You They Signed. And it's the stories of each of the signers of the Declaration of Independence. And I really liked it was a little bit more modern writing and a little bit easier to read. And it comes from a Christian perspective, which I thought was really great. So I'm gonna add that to my daughter's reading list, and she'll be using that for history as well this year. So I'm really excited about that one. Okay, speaking of reading, there's more reading we're gonna do. So I also got The Great Christian Stories from Generations, and this is a 7th through 9th grade literature collection. So we're gonna pop into this throughout part of the year. So I know she won't be able to do all of it, but I thought this would be a lot of fun. So we'll go through it slowly. I'm not in a hurry. She can take 2 years to go through it, but it comes with a literature guide here, which has like just a few thinking questions and some vocabulary. We may or may not use this, maybe more just for the reading plan, but not necessarily the worksheets, because she can always do narrations and written narrations with it. But some of the books from this set is The Hiding Place by Corrie ten Boom. We read the missionary stories about Corrie ten Boom a couple years ago, but I think it's a great read to read the actual Hiding Place. We've also got Robinson Crusoe, which I've never read, I don't know, but it looks cool. I love this cover, so pretty. Sounded really interesting too. And The Swiss Family Robinson, which is actually on the Gentle Feast reading list. So I was like, oh, well, that kind of coincides together. So this will be a literature book that she'll be reading for this year. In addition to language arts, let's keep going with language arts. She's going to continue with the Phonetic Zoo from IEW, and she's on level C. And I thought maybe, all my kids are working on spelling lately. She got maybe like into 10 weeks on it, but she's just going to pick up where she left off and keep going. And I love that they teach little jingles and rhymes to help them remember the phonetics, rules and all those things. And I'm really big on learning the phonetic rules, because I think you can't learn spelling without it, really. But yeah, I'm super excited that she's gonna keep going through that. That's been a great resource. And then for writing, she has been going to a local writing class. And she loved it this last couple years. I'm going to have her do it at least one more year, maybe 2 more. This year, her teacher's going to be using the IEW unit about C.S. Lewis and learning to write from his writings. And I'm really excited about that. She enjoys C.S. Lewis already and has read all of his books, or all of the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe series. Not all of his books. He's got a lot of books. But so she'll be doing that for at least the first half of the school year. I also want to pull in writing and rhetoric. I think book 8 and 9 is what I was going to use this year to help her with the classical style of learning to write. And because she's been doing IEW for a while, and I think I want to switch it up just a little bit the second half of the school year to do this classical approach to writing, which I really like. She's also really into creative writing. So in addition to that, she's going to be taking a creative writing course. We haven't landed exactly on which one it's going to be, but we've narrowed it down. I looked at Compass Classroom, but I think we're going to use that when she's a little bit older in high school. And then I looked at Redefining School, which has a creative writing course. And then I looked at, what is it called? The Green Writer from S.D. Smith. He wrote the Green Ember books, and his course looks really, really neat too. So we're trying to decide between Redefining School and the Green Writer course. She's leaning towards the Green Writer course. I'm leaning towards Redefining School. But we'll just have to come to an agreement sometime, and hopefully I can share with you soon. So do you guys have tips on that? Which one do you think that she should use this coming year? So she loves creative writing, and I'm trying to help foster her gifts and her talents and her interests, especially through the middle school years. And then as far as like high school credit goes, I have been thinking about that because I know that some kids can start high school credit starting in 8th grade. And as far as her history and writing and reading, I'm not sure if that will be high school level just yet. It might, so I need to look more into that. But I did decide on, as far as science goes, this will definitely be a high school credit level. So she's going to be doing Earth Science, the 4th edition from BJU Press, for her science this coming year. And she loves science. She loves BJU science, loves watching the videos. And we're moving into Earth Science for this coming year. And it's actually going to be a high school credit for science for her this 8th grade year as she goes through this video course. Well, let me talk about the science, by the way. So she used Life Science from BJU Press this last year. She was using the tests and the quizzes and things like that. But the more that I've been studying and learning more about Charlotte Mason's style and about how kids learn, I think I'm going to do away with like all the tests and quizzes. I'm going to still let her do the lab work stuff, but for her science, she's basically going to read the textbook, watch the video, and then she's going to do a narration for it. So she'll just write in her like science notebook what she learned from the reading and from the videos, and that's how she's gonna tell me what she learned, instead of doing those tests and quizzes, because you don't really learn from doing those. That's just regurgitating things, and sometimes you don't always memorize the meanings and names of words and things. So I felt like it was time to just get back to our roots of Charlotte Mason and focus more on the writing and the narrating, because narration is how you learn and it's how you remember things. So I'm excited to have that science narration notebook, and the history narration notebook as well. She'll have that one too for all of our history readings. So yeah. Okay, now we're getting into the fun stuff, or they're all fun, right? So as I shared in my video of our curriculum hits and misses, I shared that math has been, especially middle school level math, has been difficult for my daughter, for my 8th grader. Well, math isn't difficult. She understands math fairly well. Finding the right fit for curriculum has been, just feel like I'm looking for a needle in a haystack, or, a unicorn or something. So I found things that fit my boys, but for her, I was just kind of over it on all the things. So you can watch my video. I share more about that just recently. But I did find, I think, the diamond that I was looking for. So we heard about Denison algebra, and it was everything I was looking for. So now that she's finally at this level, I'm like, yay, she can do this. I was going to wait until next year to start with pre-algebra in 8th grade, but we started this year in 7th grade. She's not done with it. She made it through like the first 6 or 7 units, and then she's got maybe like 9 more. So she's going to continue this and pick up where she left off for this coming school year with the pre-algebra course. And we are loving this. I'm loving it. It's easy to grade for myself and for her. She's understanding the concepts. She's remembering the things. It's really filling in the gaps that she was getting from previous curriculum. And it's not like it's independent. She's able to watch the videos, and it doesn't take her all day. It's not an all-day math thing. And I don't know, it's the Goldilocks of math curriculum that I really feel like that I've been looking for many years for her. So now that she's in this, we're just gonna continue with it. And then when she finishes it, she'll probably finish in the fall. Then she'll move into the algebra course from Denison Algebra. So just wanted to share that with you, and we're loving it. And I'm not an affiliate with this one at all. I just love it, and it's great. All right, last but not least, I'm super excited again and delighted for this one. We picked out some other things from Generations curriculum, and this is How Jesus Built His Church, a survey of church history. So it does come with a workbook and a textbook. Again, we're not huge workbook people, so I may or may not use this. So my main focus will be reading the book where she's learning about the survey of church history. And I would probably like to go through this with her. I'm interested to learn as well. I love that cover, isn't that pretty? But it's a 1-year survey of church history focusing on the living stones that make up Christ's church, faithful men and women who worshiped and served the Lord Jesus Christ. But it's going to have the history all the way from Jesus up until fairly modern history about the history of the church. So I'm excited for her to jump into this. She probably won't finish it in this year. I'm not in a rush to finish it. I just want her to do it maybe once a week and learn a little bit more about the history of the church. So yeah, I'm really excited about this one. Okay, I think that's all. That's all, everybody. That's all, folks. That's all. Just a reminder, I have the Living Books Homeschool Planner. This is a way I help organize all the books that we read, and I have a checklist for everybody. It's for me. It's a checklist for me. My kids use something else for checklists, but this is good for a mom who wants to kind of keep track, who likes to pick and choose and doesn't do everything exactly as a curriculum says, and it helps you stay on track and keep up with what you have done and what you still need to do. So I invented it and created it because I couldn't find anything out there like it, and it works for my brain, and maybe it might work for yours as well. So if you want to check that out, I have the link in the description, and I have some videos on my channel where I share about it and how it works. And so you want to check out the Living Books Homeschool Planner. And if you want to check out what went well this year and what didn't work out, you can check out that video here. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Go find your joy in Jesus and in your family.